Before I begin this video, I want to provide a content warning. This video contains strong language, as well as discussions involving sensitive and potentially triggering topics. These include inappropriate and offensive jokes, threats, mentions of doxing, racism, the sharing of personal information without consent. If any of these topics make you uncomfortable, I strongly advise you to click off and watch something else. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello, my name is Van Van. There's something I'd like to talk about more honestly, something I need to get off my chest. It's a situation that's been unfolding for a while now, and I feel the need to express my thoughts out of respect. I won't mention the individual involved by their online name, as I've already seen people targeting him, and I don't want to contribute to any further harassment, so I will just use my code names. I'm going to be addressing multiple individuals in this discussion, as I believe this situation needs to be talked about openly and honestly. Let me be clear from the start. There is no victim here. No one in this scenario can claim that role, and it's important we acknowledge that. While I don't have specific screenshots of what occurred within the group, since I'm not a member, I do have messages from Mr. B that were shared with me regarding the situation. However, I want to make it very clear that I am not taking Mr. B's side in any way. My intent is simply to present what I know and offer my perspective on the matter as a whole. Even if you manage to figure out who I'm referring to, do not take it upon yourself to go after him. I don't need your help contacting him, and I didn't ask for it. Stirring up drama or attacking him isn't going to solve anything. It only adds to the noise. Frankly, the best thing you can do is share this video and mind your own business and leave it alone. I reached out to another individual who's also involved in this situation and has close ties with the others connected to it. My intention was to better understand the full extent of Mr. B's actions by gathering additional context. In our conversation, they disclosed several concerning details about Mr. B, specifically that he had been dishonest, had betrayed his friends in the context of a relationship, and had allegedly harassed multiple people. Over the course of the 3 days we were in contact, I decided to reach out directly to Mr. B. I initially attempted to message him through one of his known TikTok accounts, only to find that he had logged out of it. After some searching through the followings of people connected to him, I was able to locate another active account of his. I contacted him through that account, hoping he would respond, and he did, though at first he didn't recognize who I was. I introduced myself and explained why I was reaching out. I told him I had some questions and asked if he'd be willing to answer them. He agreed. I then brought up the issues I mentioned earlier: the dishonesty, the betrayals, and the alleged harassment. He acknowledged and agreed with what I said. I also brought up the accusation of stalking, as one of the individuals involved claimed that Mr. B had been stalking her on social media. When I asked him directly about it, he denied the allegation, saying, "No, I'm not stalking them, they're just being delusional." I acknowledged his response, and however, it appears he may not be aware about the video has been made by them accusing him of this behavior. Based on the information I have, I don't believe that he's actually stalking them. It seems more likely that he isn't, primarily because if he were, I would expect him to be fully aware of the video that was made, accusing him of it. His apparent lack of awareness suggests otherwise. This is where things really caught my attention, and it's a major reason why I felt compelled to speak out. Mr. B went on to share information about the group he had been part of, specifically referring to some individuals in the group chat. According to him, there were instances where people in the chat were using racial slurs repeatedly, saying the N-word, and making inappropriate jokes about sexual assault and slavery. These are serious accusations that should not be overlooked, regardless of the context. He did admit that he said some things as well, and also mentioned that one of the individuals involved is black, while the others are white. He claimed that some of them made inappropriate jokes too, aside from using the N-word, which, according to him, the white individuals felt they had the right to use. But let's be clear, making jokes about sexual harassment and slavery crosses a line, no matter who you are. Your race doesn't give you a free pass to trivialize serious, traumatic issues. It's not edgy, it's not funny, it's just ignorant and disrespectful. Period. What makes this situation even more troubling is the fact that none of this was mentioned when they initially exposed Mr. B. It's concerning that such serious behavior was left out, especially when they're now presenting themselves as the victims. To be clear, I'm not saying Mr. B is a victim either, just, as I stated from the beginning, I don't believe there are any true victims in this situation. That said, when it comes to this particular part of the story, I do believe Mr. B is telling the truth, because Mr. B informed me that there was someone who witnessed this situation firsthand. According to him, it escalated into an argument within the group chat, and a person named Jet was present during that time. He believes that Jet is fully aware of the inappropriate things that were said and acknowledges that this behavior did occur and, in his view, likely continues to this day. Another thing I want to point out, because it honestly says a lot, is that Mr. B told me the same person who gave me information about him also shared his phone number with someone else. That led to him getting doxxed. Now, the person who doxxed him is posting private information online and making multiple videos showing his face without his consent. I don't care what kind of drama is going on, that crosses a serious line. If you're resorting to that kind of behavior, you're no better than the person you're trying to expose. And this is in fact true, as I seen those videos. Another thing Mr. B told me is that they confronted him over a call, and during that conversation, the same person who recently doxed him actually threatened to have him swatted. Let me be clear, if you're seriously thinking about filing a false report just to get someone swatted, that's not only dangerous, it's criminal, and it will come back to you fast. On top of that, they also threatened to have Mr. B deported. At that point, it's not just petty drama, it's reckless, disgusting behavior that shows exactly the kind of person we're dealing with. Another thing that needs to be said, because it's beyond disgusting, is that the person who doxed Mr. B also went as far as to wish death on him and his family. According to Mr. B, they said they hoped his entire family would be slaughtered and killed, and that he would be too. Let's be real, that's not drama. That's pure hatred and unhinged behavior. There's a line, and this doesn't just cross it, it obliterates it. If you're saying things like that, you've lost any credibility and basic human decency you might have had. It's honestly insane how someone can say all of these vile things over a betrayal. It's beyond petty, it's unnecessary, childish, and downright pathetic on so many levels. Yes, Mr. B may have contacted someone who harassed your friend, but let's get one thing straight. That still doesn't give you the right to threaten him, dox him, or wish harm on him. If you think that kind of response makes you justified, it doesn't. It just shows you're no better, maybe even worse. At this point, those rants you and your friends keep posting don't mean a damn thing. Why? Because you're no better. You did just as much damage, if not worse. So stop pretending to be the victim, because you're not. None of you are. What's truly pathetic is your inability to own up to any of it. You let it happen. That's what makes it even more disgusting. You were on that call listening while someone threatened him, and instead of stepping in, you stood by and let it slide. Not only that, but you even handed over Mr. B's phone number. That's not just reckless, it's spineless, and it's the fact that you're older than him. It honestly just shows how ridiculously immature you are. And let me remind you, Mr. B is 14. You're 18, almost a full-grown adult. That's not just sad, it's pathetic. At your age, you should know better, but clearly, basic decency doesn't come with age. Honestly, I don't even know what else to say at this point, so I'm ending this rant here. I'll probably do a part 2 once I get more information, but for now, let me make one thing clear: this situation needs to stop. It's childish, it's immature, and it's gone way too far. Everyone involved needs to grow up, take accountability for what they've done, and move the hell on. Own your actions, stop playing the victim, and let it die there. Enough is enough.